Hi, this is Susan Hahn, founder of 501(c) nonprofit HobbleJog Foundation, where we raise funds and present grants to individuals and organizations supporting traumatic brain injury survivors through post-acute care. So we all know what it's like to go through acute care, surgeries, hospitalizations. This is after that. For some people, the traumatic brain injury recovery is a lifelong process. So I am on the Atlantic Beach with 14 other people. We are a group who has gotten together every year in Emerald Isle, North Carolina. This is our 21st year. And I decided to answer one of the questions that's frequently asked, and that is, so what did your religious beliefs have to do in terms of this whole recovery? Was there any place that it fit in? And I had to acknowledge that I walked away many years ago from organized religion, and for a number of reasons, but we won't go there. Well, I will tell you is that about a year after my accident, I found the police report from the accident. And on there were a number of witnesses. And I decided, hey, I don't know what happened at the accident. I'm going to call this person, the one on the top of the list. Picked the phone and called her. And she basically said, oh, I'm so glad you decided to call me. I would really like to tell you what happened. And I'm like, yeah, sure. So she told me there were 3 lanes going north, 3 lanes going south. I was in the middle of one of them. And all the cars were stopped going both ways. And she said, all of a sudden, she didn't think anybody knew each other in this pileup, but all of a sudden, all these people started to get out of their cars from both sides. They didn't talk to each other. They didn't make a plan, nothing. But they all walked up to me, formed a really tight circle, and they all started saying prayers. And the woman who was telling me this said, and then I did something I know I wasn't supposed to do, but I just couldn't help myself. And she said it was that I broke out of the circle, into the circle, and I knelt down beside you. I put your hand in mine, my other hand on top of yours, and I just kept saying prayers and asking God to please bring you back. Please, please, please bring you back. And from that minute on, I am certain, I'm 100% certain there's a higher power. And it's been proven to me over and over again over the last 10 years. Yes, my birthday's October 14th. There are also no coincidences. I don't really know what the higher power is. I'm not sure that it goes back to Catholicism. I was born baptized. You know, the whole thing with Catholic Church that anyway, so I don't practice any formal religion, but I know there's a higher power. And I did hear somebody say something, or I read it, and I thought, you know, no matter what you consider God, if you just use that word, I've been saying my whole life, there's no such thing as a coincidence. And this little phrase was, you're right, there is no such thing as a coincidence. Coincidences are nothing more than God's way of staying anonymous. I honestly believe those prayers to whoever their gods were, or their higher spirits, I believe that is what brought me back. Yes, I was flown to a resuscitation unit and blah, 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 blah. All the healthcare was great, but it was the prayers and what are not coincidences for the last 10 years. So that's another part of the story I wanted to share. See you next time.